Welcome back again, everyone, and we have a first for Sonyphile today. There's something that I've been neglecting to do since I started this whole project, and that's to go over some of the PlayStation AV cables. Many know Sony for the PlayStation format, but they're not aware of their involvement in the AV industry. They've had a significant amount of influence within that region. So what will we look at today? I figured we'd start with the PlayStation 2 series of cables. Now you might not know, but this back port on the back of all PlayStation 1s, 2s, 3s, and then other iterations of those consoles actually does multiple functions. That's why it's referred to as an AV multi-out. Your average person using these on a PlayStation 2 at the time would be using composite RCA cables, or what's known as most people the AV standard cable. This has composite video sent out on this yellow connection, using an RCA connection, which is standard with consumer televisions and other devices. And then stereo audio coming out of the two left and right channels, or mono if you have a setup that for some reason does not have stereo, but at the time of 2000 when this console launched, almost every home was capable of getting hold of a stereo system or television with built-in stereo audio. It's also possible that you were using an older television or you just happen to have an RF cable or radio frequency adapter cable. We will not be going over that in the video at all. We're going to be focusing on the main topic of this video. The official S-Video cable. This particular S-Video cable that I show you right here is specific to the PlayStation 2 era. It has gold plating on the outside. Now, for those unaware what S-Video it is basically the composite video signal, except for it's split out in two parts. There are 4 different pins on the DIMM connection that it uses. One separating the Luma signal and then a grounding for that, and one separating the Chroma signal and a grounding for that as well. Although this does not seem that big of a difference, separating these two signals gives you a much crisper image. For the purposes of demonstration, we'll also be using a PVM. Unfortunately, I do not have any RCA to BNC adapters, so I will not be using the composite video in this cable. I'm also unable to use any RF adapters. We'll be using a PlayStation 2 39001, which would be a US model, and for display we'll be using the browser menu and Silent Hill 2 Greatest Hits. I neglected earlier in the video to mention how the AV output actually outputs every single output that the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 3 are capable of doing. Not all the cables between the three systems will work, but all PlayStation 1 cables from this port will work on all PlayStation 2s and PlayStation 3s. The AV out port does RF, composite, S-Video, and then RGB. For those that don't know, RGB would be a pure analog signal. We'll go over that in another video eventually. Once we had hit the PlayStation 2 era, we had the ability to output component video as well. We will be going over that in a later video. But it's rather interesting to think that this output was used for 3 generations of systems, and every single PlayStation is capable of using all the output cables. Other consoles like Nintendo's Super Nintendo or N64 was incapable of outputting RGB in the US. So in comparison, Sony did a much better job than its competitors for multiple generations of systems. I will now display some footage of Silent Hill 2 running as a reference point to how good the quality can be.
restless dreams. I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never did. Well, I'm alone there now. In our special place. Waiting for you.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said, Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. A dead person can't write a letter. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then, why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Does she mean the park on the lake? We spent the whole day there. Just the two of us, staring at the water. Could Mary really be there? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
I hope this video helps you understand what an S-video cable is a little bit more, and also gives you an idea that you can get a crisper image with it. The quality of your video may vary depending on your display, your capture device, also depending on which third-party cable you might choose. Not all third-party cables are made with the same quality and care as the official cable. And with that, we're going to end the video. I hope that everybody watching learned a little bit. I also hope that you enjoyed. Please let me know how you feel about it, and expect a follow-up video on other AV cables soon. Till next time, everybody stay safe and take care.